Good morning, legends. A couple of fun games to round out round 8 there, and it was Dolphins going down to Knights. And if you wanted to hear me talk a little bit more around the NRL side, get my fantasy tip for the week, that was in the previous video, what I learnt from round 8 there. Super excited to get that one out to you, and thank you for watching that one. If you want analysis on the players, get into the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday review here, and you'll get into that there. I go from top scorer down to lowest scorer, so if you want to hear just on a certain player, skip through until I'm down somewhere near that player there. And even if it's just a little 30-second snippet, that's super helpful for you, and obviously for me as well. Ewan Aiken, up top again, 69, he absolutely kills us. Nice. 53 is the average now, and that includes a bit of a slower start as well. So tough. Line break there, 6 tackle breaks, good tackle numbers as always. Hardly misses any. A tremendous score there. Please let me know in the comments if you jumped on like in that round 4 when I mentioned him as a little bit of a riskier play that could play longer if Connolly was out longer and should get your 50 average, because I think he's eclipsed that now with this 69. So let me know in the comments if you did actually jump on it. That's one that I didn't do. Fuller. Man, this guy excited me. So happy to have been a buyer. So happy to watch him run around. He was incredible. 10 tackle breaks, 3 line breaks, a terrific line break assist there. That cutout ball to help them score that final try that they scored that almost got them back in the game. An offload there. Obviously a couple of errors. He got an offload, a tackle break, and then tried to do another offload, trying to make 80 meters in 25 seconds. So unfortunate for that one, but overall 240 meters, kick defusals galore. He will jump up a good amount of cash this week. Hopefully he's named again. I'd like to get him for round 9 and 10 would be delightful, at least until Hammer comes back. It did look like they got a couple more injuries, so maybe their exemption, I sort of don't understand. From all accounts, it sounds like he's going to be there until Hammer comes back, is what Ben Teal was saying, who's the coach of his Queensland Cup team. They've all just saying he had the 4 weeks exemption, so not sure. He's been given the opportunity. Hopefully it sticks, but I think he played well enough to keep it. Like, he did not do himself a disservice at all. He helped them get that try at the back end. Like, it was just one of those games where Knights played pretty well and Dolphins weren't as good, but it wasn't through his fault at all. And they could do worse than have him at fullback, that's for sure. A very electric, incredible, small fullback. Definitely not short of ticker, that's for sure. Asako, 67, welcome back to him. A try, a couple of line breaks, try assist as well. Good numbers across the board on his front, only with the 1 goal there, so that didn't matter. He's not a buy, I don't think, at the moment. Obviously, if you do need a player that plays 13, 16, 19, that works well with Asako. He's going to be there apart from injury, touch wood. But someone to look at. He's obviously a lot cheaper, but you do want the Dolphins to be more consistent in winning. I suppose if they have games like this, sometimes it doesn't matter. They crushed it last week and he only got 30 odd. So interesting how it works. He's not the consistent 40, 50, 60 like he was last year at this stage anyway. Dan Gagai, he's someone that I was very, very interested in coming into this week in that center position for someone that has a terrific buy schedule. Obviously for him, Origin is a potential factor. He obviously got dropped last year, but for him, goal kicking in this side, he looked back to some of his best form. Like, obviously, offloads weren't there. Run meters were a little bit lower than normal, but tackled great. 24 for 1 miss and got the try as well for 66. And much more like what we expected. And he is coming off a little bit of a low couple of games, injuries in and amongst it. So I think for him, he's a buy over the next few weeks. If you do need a center and you want a gun center, then he's the upgrade target for sure. Obviously, you got guys like Ruben Garrick, Jacob Kiraz as well. But Gagai has also the best buy schedule along with those guys. Now that the Dogs have got through theirs, Kiraz is pretty tasty as well. So that's that with Gagai. Definitely have a look at him. Adam Elliott, 62, a much better game from him. He saved that try on Fuller. That was a really good try saver, so well done to him. But 62 across that front. 60 minutes, so much better on that in that one as well. They did lose Saifidi a little bit late as well. I don't think that affected Elliott because he was already back on. Was he already back on? Maybe he came on for that from memory, actually. Anyway, he's a hold. For anyone who sold him over the last few weeks, it's tough, but he'll go back to a 30 or 40 next week probably. But averaging 49 for the season. Good knock so far. Maxi Plass, 57. So just a quick one for those that were worried about his minutes, 66. And he got 70 minutes last week without any injuries in the team. So there's that. Obviously, the Flegler news is a one that could impact him, but he's taken Tom Gilbert's role, not the front row forward role, right? And then you've got Oren Keeley's coming on and playing big minutes as well, 49 in this one. Obviously, Kenny Bromwich went down, but Keeley was, it was either Bromwich and Keeley were going to play the 80 minutes, and that happened in this one anyway. So that didn't matter. Keeley just got more on that front. But Plathy just looks like that workhorse 13, like Cam McInnes, tackle-bot kind of style player, and then gets his runs and does his thing. McInnes probably a little bit more dynamic than what Plathy is, surprisingly, because, Plath's a half growing up. But he's terrific, guys. 57 there. He'll be over 600k now and is still a great purchase, in my opinion, even at that price. And don't shirk at the money he's made. Flegler is not even not even really close, to be honest with you. It sounds like it could be anywhere in 2 weeks. It could be anywhere up to 6 weeks. It's nerve damage. It's not great for Flegs. Herbie looks like he's in the next couple of weeks, maybe this week coming at a pinch, but most likely a little bit later than that. And just have a look at the scores, guys. Very high scoring in this one. Those low scoring games that there's a few less penalties in them. You see only a few here in that midsection, 3, 4, 5, 7 penalties in that game across all teams. So that's good. It doesn't slow things down, keeps it moving. Good running meters, good tackles, good tackle breaks from there. And you saw Jeremy Marshall-King come out and get a 56 as well and do good things with a couple offloads, big tackle numbers for him. Good stuff. No attacking stats, but he's an interesting hooker. If you want a hooker for all 13, 16, 19, he's definitely one to target. Don't score too high for a while, Jeremy, because you're cooking your score a little bit. Tyson Gamble, 56 as well. So, another good score from him. He's had a pretty good year. He's gone up a lot of cash, surprisingly. So, good stuff on that front. Jake Averillo, 390k, a 56 in this one. It's a little bit of an outlier game from him. Don't take too much stock in that. There you go. Tyson Frizzell should be back a little bit soon too, with Dylan Lucas getting 55 in this one. Another terrific base stat game for him. He is so good at football. Can't. Just keep holding. If you got him, keep holding until Bradley comes back. He's at 1.1%. Good stuff, owners. He's gone up a bit of cash as well. Jaden Bradley, the big one of this chat here. 80 minutes again. Really good, obviously. And this was kind of their plan, right? They were going to build him up back to the 80-minute role. Our worry here is that every time Brayley plays a bunch of games in a row, starts becoming a buy in fantasy, he's getting injured. Touch wood. For those that play that at home. That's the worry with Brayley. What I wanted him to do, to be honest with you, is get about 42 every week, go up a bit of cash, get into the early 500s, and then we buy him when we need him in round 13, right? But anywhere in the 50s, it means his price is going to go up a little bit too quick for my liking. And we know it's mainly going to be in tackles. As he gets a little bit more used to it, he'll get into some more attacking stats. But he's really guiding this team around well. And this last few weeks is demonstrating that. And especially, this one here, where they were able to get the win. So he's definitely a really good buy. I am just worried about the injury risk. But if he can get through it, he's going to score really well in fantasy. All right. Armstrong. We knew how much talent he had, right? When he was on the wing, he looked incredible. He looked even better at fullback, to be honest with you. So I didn't expect that exactly. We knew he'd be elusive. We knew he'd be fast. But he exceeded those expectations for sure. And the worries about Fletcher Sharp now, that's probably the thing with Fuller. It's like, well, is he going to keep getting picked? Well, if he's that good, maybe they have to sign him to a top 30 contract. Maybe they have to just play him at fullback for now until Hammer comes back, or they can decide what they want on that front. With Armstrong, did he just play his way into that spot? That's the question we need to ask. And yes, Fletcher Sharp was ahead, but maybe this is just one of those things where it's, luck plays a factor for you getting injured at the wrong time, and then someone else comes in above you and plays better, and it plays great, not better. And it's hard to drop that player. And that was Armstrong in this one. He got the first try score of the game. That was really cool to see them go nuts on him. And then played really well the rest of the game, and they got a win. So how do you drop him outside of that? So that's probably the big thing with Armstrong. He gives you a wing fullback cover over that entire period if he can stay fit and if they decide to pick him. So still, even after this 50, it's probably a similar risk, I'd say, because now you've missed a score, you've missed one price rise, right? So it's probably a similar risk in the fact that Fletch could come back any minute, and he could end up straight in the squad, or they're just really happy with Armstrong and he's now earned his spot. So if you bought him this week, then I think happy days. You can sit on that and see what happens. You get the good score, you get the price rise. But outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. So well done to guys that went against my thoughts. And to be fair, I did say instead of Armstrong, go Weeks, who scored 42. So that's not too bad either, is it? So yeah, okay. I don't feel too bad for pushing anyone away. Hastings 47, another good game for him. Nicarima 45. He's had a good year, guys, in the 6th role. I'm very happy for him there. Ray Stone got 39 minutes, so not 50 odd like last week. Josh Kerr 38. In that one, you had everyone was so cooked in this game, weren't they? By the way, Bradman Best 42. For those who are looking at him, solid. Isaiah Katoa, a little bit of a lower one this week. 7 missed tackles was what cooked him, and they didn't win the game, so it wasn't a big one for him. He had that drop ball as well, so it just wasn't his perfect game, but still good base stats to get the 39, even with the 7 misses. You take that for sure. Good running at 124. So don't panic sell or anything. It was a solid buy overall, and he'll be fine. Kaivis Paul, just a big down game for him. 2 errors. He wasn't running. Wasn't holding on to the ball. 3 missed tackles, a penalty, and inside 10. So neg 13 on that front. Got 43 in the base stats, but just cooked himself with the negatives in this one, and no offloads, 1 tackle break, pretty low game. He'll be fine, but it's a bit frustrating, but he'll bounce back. He'll be sweet. Mazu, 18, 78 minutes. He was dealing with some cramp or something. Came out and made a really good defensive play actually after he was dealing with all those issues. But he'll be down under 500k after this, so pretty gross. Look at him eventually, but I need to see some decent scores first. And then Bostock 17. The party is over, I think. They didn't go left much in this game. All his work was out of trouble. A couple errors, 3 missed tackles. They went right a little bit more to Osako, which is what we expected all year, but just didn't happen. Hey, all right. Raiders Sharkies. So this one here, Nico. They haven't got the updates in yet, but Nico went up to 124, which is pretty wild. They gave him a bunch more meters gained, which makes sense, given he had some, not length of the field, but good stretches of running. Just an absolute masterful game. He did bend up. Oh, they didn't get up. They did give him a turnover tackle. I'm assuming they gave him 1 more turnover tackle. Surely the intercepts are turnovers. I thought that was the point. Turnovers. Doesn't have to be exact tackle. You'd think an intercept would be the 4 points as well, and it should be, to be fair. But yeah, anyway. Whatever happened, Nico's first ton in a couple of years, so we had to celebrate that last night with a nice pasta dinner and a whiskey. That was last night's celebration for Captain Hynes, and great stuff. 124 it's going to end up at when lockout hits, so very impressive on that front. What do you do if you bought Cleary this week? Cleary's come up against a bunny, so I'd be super excited about that matchup after they got spanked, and still no Latrell back yet, and they I expect Cleary to get 100 this week. Hynes, hopefully he can continue to do really well. But, I don't expect the massive score again. I expect a good one, but nothing crazy on that front. But yeah, if you've got Cleary, then that's great. Match up. Don't sell him, please. If you've got... Do you want to get Hynes as well? That's probably the question. And I think you can take the punt on it. Like, he's scoring well enough now that with that consent, he's going to do the majority of the kicking and all those stats are back. I think you try and get him. He'll go from 925 to like 960 or something, 970, whatever it is, and he's still underpriced from the start of the season. So if you can get him fairly easily, then having both will be really cool. And if Hynes doesn't make Origin, you've got around 13.5, which is great. And if he does make Origin, it's still 4 weeks, and then you can sell one of them, and you can make that decision. So there you go. Ramian, good score from him. Welcome back to your 42 average that you always end up at every year, funnily enough. Cam McInnes, 62. So you end up with that try early, another couple of war wounds for McInnes, and 52 minutes. So he really worked hard in that time. 38 tackles, 100 meters gain, 2 tackle breaks there as well. So awesome for Cam and their owners. I was a little bit frustrated, obviously, when he went over, just because he's got a decent ownership. But good score from him, and well done on that front. Britton Nickera, finally the Hynes to Nickera play worked out. He basically went through untouched, so that was fun to watch. He's obviously closer to a bye, but base stats aren't heavily there. They were better this game than normal. Sione Katoa, 59. Oregon Kafusi played 57 minutes, so no Toby Rudolph meant Kafusi ended up having a really good game, and he got a try assist as well, so congrats to him. Teague Wilton went off. He was struggling a little bit at the back end. 53. All good on that front. Hazelton with another try. he's too easy to stop, too hard to stop, I should say. Even Joe Tarpany couldn't even get close to stopping him. So that was great viewing. He's having a cracking year, and he's so good. Kale Iro, 52, so another lovely line break at the end, really helped him out. A couple of offloads there, but it's the base stats, like 11 tackles, 1 miss was great. Better than last week. He missed like 4, 192 meters gained, 6 tackle breaks, was awesome. I think he ended up at a little tick over 200 meters in updates. I think he's a 53. Yeah, so that's good. Happy days. If you don't own him, I think it's a mistake, but most people do. Brayley, 47. Solid stuff on that front. Hudson Young, 44. A lot of crab running. I didn't rate it as much. Sheila, 43. Another good game from him, but he had 2 try savers, two turnovers, so that helped on that front. But yeah, good stuff. Okay, Weeks up to 42, I believe, in updates. So that was good from him. Yeah, you'd be really happy as an owner, that's for sure. Love that. 26 tackles, 5 misses. The big thing here, guys, is obviously the tackles were good, but he was the main kicker. So he kicked well. He kicked over Strange. So that's frustrating for us Strange holders, which is everyone. But we'd like to hold Strange longer term. And hopefully it does change a little bit. But I think Strange had like 1 kick or something. What do you have? Where is he? 14. Oh, no, he was meant to be 14. 20. He is 20 afterwards. Yeah, so he was 60 meters in kicking. Not great at all. He's down to 14 in updates. So, yeah, pretty shocking. That is for sure. But, yeah, Weeks did good stuff. 42. He's someone you would look to target. I wouldn't do it until round 11 just because of, yeah, you get 1 week out of him this week coming, and then he has a bye, and we'll have a couple of Raiders, and there could be injuries and the like. So I'd hold off until that week. He won't be too expensive anyway. Tick over 300 probably. If he goes another 40, it'll be 330 or 340. That's fine. That would be fine. If he's the main kicker in general play, that'd be cool. And to get 42 in this kind of game where he got hammered, that's great news. Ronaldo, a lower game for him. Didn't get any attack, which is funny as how that works when he's the one dominating every other week, even if they don't score massive. And this one, he does that. I think Chevy Stewart got over 40 as well, 42 or something or 40 exactly. 2 try savers and a turnover tackle. That was helpful in a couple of those plays there. Ran the footy a bit. Couple of tackle breaks as well. So solid overall for Chevy. And if you played him this week and Weeks or one of the other, happy days on that front. Just hold steady. Again, don't buy him until round 11 if you're looking at that. Smitty's 38 in 63 minutes. So the minutes went back up. He actually missed 3 tackles, which is rare, and then an error. So yeah, nothing great on that front. If you take 6 of those away, he's up to 44, and you're happy enough with that score in 63 minutes. Again, they got smashed. So there's no need to play him the full 80. So that's that one. Starling ended up playing 40 minutes, so he split the time with Levi. Levi looked absolutely gassed, which wasn't good. But yeah, that's Starling there. I wonder if he ends up starting Starling next week. Tarpany with 36 in this one as well. In the 46 minutes, so not great on that front. He's someone that we need to watch out for around 11 or 12 or 13 as a purchase. Keep that in mind. Obviously misses around 14, which is tough though, but we're looking at mid replacements for Terrell. He's definitely one to look at. Simi Sasangi, I think, ended up at about 28, guys. He had 10 missed tackles that they've updated him to, which is not great at all. So yeah, that's that on Simi. If you bought him in, it worked out okay. He played the full 80, so that's good. Wonder when Elliot Whitehead's going to be back. Atkinson we spoke about as being a nice buy down there in the wing fullback or half position. The dual position was nice at 239. He only goes up a tiny bit. I think he had a 22 break even. So if you were interested in him at all, then that I think he played well enough to be able to do that. He kicked a little bit. He ran 125 meters, so he's more of a running half in this one. But the 14 tackles, 2 misses, not too bad as well. There'll be games where he does get attacking stats at some point. And if this is his base around the 31, then you'll be very happy with that at the price point that you're being provided with. So there you go. That's that one there. Talakai still 30 minutes. I think that role's suiting him. Kale's looking awesome. Timoko 27. How he only got 1 tackle break in a game where he was absolutely just post contact meter galore. They were just holding on and couldn't get off him. So he tried to get away but couldn't get away, but just made so many meters. Mariota, if anyone got him 33 minutes, this is where the toughness comes, because him playing off the bench, it's hard for him to get massive minutes. Strange down to 14. He's a hold, guys, at least until at least through this week, but I imagine they won't get pumped by 40 every week. He does have another tougher game next week. I believe who else is it against? I think it's against Manly, maybe. So that should be tough as well, but they should be able to score a few more points than 0, that's for sure. Seb Kris down at 15, Danny Levi at 16. I think Levi, you can sell a hold, that's fine. He's only going to lose a little bit of cash this week. Not a problem. 4 missed tackles, 2 errors. He should have scored a try again. Or Hynes might have got a try saver on that one as well. So probably lucky he dropped it for non-Hynes owners. And then Seb Kris with the 15 there. So not great on that front at all. Obviously in a game where you get pumped by 40, you're going to have these tough games. And hopefully it does improve on the back end for Kris. I do understand if you want to sell as well, him or Levi, just because they're tough scores. But Seb can help in center and wing fullback in those tougher weeks. But I do understand that he's going to lose some cash now. And if you feel like you're going to have cover in other ways, then you can do that. But other than that, I think that you can hold or sell. Up to you on that one. I've got to head off to work actually, so I'm going to leave the Supercoach side of things to my results video. And we'll go from there, guys. So that'll be later today. Hope you guys had fun watching this one and enjoy the weekend of footy. And I can't wait for round 9 with you guys and to go through our trades and the best buys, holds, riskets, and sells.